Have you ever seen a snake suddenly realize that its overconfidence has backfired on it? Today, you'll see how cocky snakes get into fights with animals they underestimated. These clips will show that sometimes even the fiercest predator finds itself in a vulnerable position. And you know what? The ending will surprise you. These are stories about how overconfidence can come at a steep price. Get ready for some thrilling moments that will make you rethink your views on the world and animals, like how a cobra protects kittens from a python. Every mother is willing to make any sacrifice to protect her offspring. And this heroism isn't limited to just one species. A mother cat hid her kittens when a python appeared. The cat and snake stared and hissed. The situation could have turned into a tragedy, since even adult cats are sometimes powerless against a huge python. At first, the cat and the snake just stared each other down, hissing threateningly. Then the cat sprang into action, defending her frightened kittens. She lunged at the snake, biting it on the head and trying to drive it away. The python had to retreat, hungry and wounded. She lunged at the snake, bit it on the head, and tried to drive it away. The python had to retreat, hungry and wounded. Although cats often fall prey to large snakes, this brave mom was determined to stay close to her little ones, and under no circumstances, not letting them become victims. In addition, newborn kittens are completely dependent on their mother, especially in the first 10 days of life, when they aren't able to open their eyes yet. Over the next 6 weeks, the little ones learn to eat solid food, move around, and explore the world around them. The rabbit is attacking the snake. Florida rabbits are often on the menu for rat snakes, but they also catch the eye of many other predators due to their weakness and slowness. In the first days of life, cats, weasels, rats, and snakes don't shy away from rabbits. However, one brave rabbit decided not to give up without a fight. When the snake got close to her litter, she was initially nowhere to be found, but upon hearing her baby's pitiful cries, she immediately jumped into the fight. She managed to drag the snake out of the nest. Continuing her attacks, the rabbit repeatedly laid down and shook the snake. Even then, when it had already moved away from the little ones, it seems like she wanted to teach a lesson, the lesson of the snake. So she kept grabbing and shaking it, despite the snake's attempts to hide. Maybe next time the snake will be more careful, before provoking the maternal instinct. Honey badger versus the mole snake. Even though the mole snake isn't a deadly threat, its venom makes it a serious opponent. Its bites are quite painful. If an infection gets into the wound, it can lead to serious consequences, even death. So, it's not wise to underestimate these snakes. No animal likes to be attacked. In this video, the snake decided to attack the honey badger. Well, he made the wrong choice. The snake is aiming for the honey badger's head, thinking that's his weak spot. But the honey badger is ready to fend off the attack. Realizing its mistake, the snake tries to escape. But the honey badger is already in a frenzy. He pulls the snake closer and bites it, then finishes the fight with a powerful bite, killing his opponent. The game is over, the battle is lost. Mongoose versus cobra. Mongooses look a lot like weasels, which many large and powerful animals, like snakes, consider easy prey. But mongooses are nothing like weasels. They have elongated bodies, short ears, and strong jaws that are capable of much more than they seem. But mongooses are nothing like weasels. They have elongated bodies, short ears, and powerful jaws that can do much more than they seem. At first glance, therefore, watching the battle between mongoose and cobra, it is difficult to predict the outcome of the battle. You might be surprised to learn that even the majestic king cobra can yield to a small but clever mongoose. Mongooses are more resistant to cobra venom due to special glycoproteins in their bodies that bind and partially neutralize the venom's toxic proteins, giving them a significant advantage. Their bodies produce special glycoproteins that can bind to the toxic proteins in snake venom and partially neutralize them. This gives the mongoose a significant advantage. So, if you happen to catch an online clip where a cobra goes up against a tiny and charming mongoose, don't rush to worry. Although at first, the strengths of the opponents might seem evenly matched. Don't rush to worry. Although at first, the strengths of the opponents might seem evenly matched. Usually, the agility and sharp teeth of the mongoose give it the upper hand. A mother rat saves her baby from the jaws of a snake. Rats, those small creatures, deserve respect. We all remember the damage they caused to Eurasia and North Africa, right? Spreading the bubonic plague. Modern methods of dealing with rodents, including traps and poison, are definitely effective. But we can't forget about their potential threat. Even snakes understand this. Although rats often become prey for snakes, they rarely give up without a fight, especially when it comes to protecting their young. Recently, a video surfaced online showing a mother rat going head-to-head with a snake that looks like a black rat snake. The snake is trying to drag one of the rats away, which looks unusual since snakes usually eat their prey on the spot. Maybe something scared the snake. The rat grabs the snake by the tail while it's holding the baby in its mouth. In the end, the snake lets go of the baby rat and slithers away into the grass. A python against an alligator. In trying to take on an alligator, many risk their lives. But one python decided to test its strength. This incident took place in a Florida national park and was captured on camera. A 3-meter python engaged in a water duel with a massive alligator. It's worth noting that alligators are known for their ability to swallow people whole. This situation hardly resembled a full-blown battle. The alligator was acting relaxed, and the python didn't seem to make any attempts to escape. After a few minutes, the struggle ended with the expected result. The victory went to the alligator. But did you know that a snake can also come out on top against an alligator? Such an incident actually took place in the same national park. They caught a 3-meter python in the act of eating a 1-meter alligator. A professional snake catcher had to step in to save the alligator, which was facing the fate of being eaten. Nature can be harsh. Caiman turtles against the American eel. Caiman turtles can live up to 45 years in their natural habitat. To reach such an impressive age, these animals need to master a few important survival skills, among which is the ability to choose the most delicious and nutritious food. Photographer and videographer Carrie Wisk captured an exciting half-hour struggle between a caiman turtle and a large American eel on her camera. It all started when Carrie noticed an eel desperately trying to get out of the water onto a concrete slab. Intrigued by what was happening, the photographer decided to film the process. That's when she discovered that the turtle was planning to eat the eel, starting with its tail. The turtle slowly pulled the eel towards itself until it ended up under the concrete slab. The diet of caiman turtles is quite diverse. Besides snakes, they eat plants, insects, frogs, small turtles, small mammals, birds, crustaceans, and much more. That day, the snake just had bad luck to end up on this turtle's menu. Iguana versus snake. The iguana was peacefully strolling along the shore, busy with its usual activities and completely unaware. Suddenly, a snake appeared, quickly approaching the iguana, seemingly hoping for an easy meal. At first, only one snake is visible in the frame, but soon there are more of them. Each of them wants to try a piece of fresh iguana. However, the iguana sensed danger and became wary. In a moment, she's off and running at full speed. After all, she knows that even if the snakes aren't venomous, they can easily constrict her. The iguana is significantly faster. Snakes, they can skillfully run over the rocks. But the story doesn't end there. If one iguana manages to escape capture, another might get caught. Snakes often hunt iguanas, and sooner or later, one of them is bound to become prey. Another one might get caught. Snakes often hunt iguanas, and sooner or later, one of them is bound to become prey. Even though iguanas are clever and fast, many snakes still go hungry. Chicken versus cobra. If we were offered to bet on the outcome of a fight between a chicken and a cobra, most would probably bet on the cobra. After all, how can an ordinary chicken stand up to a fast, dangerous, and deadly venomous snake? Or maybe we underestimate our feathered friends. In this battle, the chicken had something important that made her fight. Her chicks were in danger. Under the pressure of stress, the bird found an incredible strength within herself that no one even suspected existed. When the cobra cornered the chicken and her chicks, the chicken counterattacked. She moved the chicks to safety and attacked the cobra to protect them. After a struggle, the cobra realized it couldn't succeed and left, allowing the chicken to return to her chicks. Trying to stop her from getting to the chicks, after a few minutes of intense struggle, the cobra clearly realized that she wasn't going to get anywhere here. The snake took the hint and left the chicken alone, allowing her to return to her defenseless chicks. The showdown between the jaguar and the anaconda. Photographer Kratzy Brandskill captured an amazing event. He photographed a jaguar facing an anaconda in Brazil on the banks of the Cuiaba River in Pantanal. From his boat, Brandskill saw the jaguar on the riverbank before it lunged into the grass and grabbed a yellow anaconda. From his boat, the photographer spotted a jaguar cautiously making its way along the high riverbank, just seconds before the predator suddenly lunged into the tall grass. Brandskill saw the jaguar extend its paw and grab the yellow anaconda. The snake slithered down the slope to the riverbank, and the jaguar immediately took off in pursuit. Just a few feet away from the scene, the photographer reported that the attack lasted about 90 seconds. The snake lunged at the jaguar several times during the confrontation and even managed to bite it on the nose, before the big cat finally subdued it with a few brutal bites, Kratzy Brandskill shared on his social media. Before the big cat finally subdued it with a few brutal bites, Kratzy Brandskill shared on his social media. Although the green anaconda, the closest relative of the yellow anaconda, is considered the largest snake in the world, the yellow anaconda also reaches significant sizes. These reptiles can grow up to 15 feet long, and they are capable of hunting large animals like caimans, capybaras, and peccaries. Despite this, jaguars sometimes attack anacondas, although they prefer larger prey, mainly mammals. Thanks to their strong jaws, sharp fangs, and ability to hunt in the water, jaguars are considered some of the most skilled cats when it comes to hunting reptiles. They can break through the shells of freshwater turtles. Their signature deadly bite, aimed at the back of the neck or skull, helps them deal with such dangerous creatures. Like crocodiles and snakes, there have been cases where jaguars hunted nesting sea turtles, dragging them into the coastal jungle. The episode observed by Brandskill likely demonstrates how jaguars deal with large snakes. Honey badger and jackals versus a python. The honey badger, two jackals, and a python found themselves in an unusual confrontation at the Botswana Safari Park. A tourist filmed a video where a honey badger seemed to be on the brink of death as a snake wrapped its massive body around its neck. Nearby, a Cape buffalo was calmly grazing. A few moments later, the situation changed dramatically with the arrival of a jackal that came to the honey badger's aid. The jackal lunged at the python, which bared its teeth, trying to defend itself from the sudden attack. This gave the honey badger a chance to break free. Once free, the honey badger grabbed the python and dragged it toward the nearest bushes. While the snake helplessly struggled, a second jackal attacked it. The situation was becoming increasingly hopeless for the python. Now 3 mammals have teamed up to fight against the snake. However, the honey badger clearly had no intention of sharing its prize with its rescuers. A chaotic struggle broke out between the 3 animals. One of the jackals bit the honey badger on the tail while it was competing with another one, tugging on the snake. The winner was honey badger. The brave fighter carried the motionless python into the bushes to enjoy his catch. The secretary bird is hunting a snake. British scientists have found that secretary birds hunting snakes develop strength 5 times greater than their own weight to catch its prey. On average, just 15 milliseconds. This bird can grab a snake with its sharp claws. This data was obtained from a study conducted with a male secretary bird named Madeline, who is at the Hawk Conservation Fund in Hampshire, England. The diet of secretary birds includes snakes and other reptiles, amphibians, turtles, rats, small mammals, as well as young hunting birds. The fight between meerkats and a cobra, reptiles, amphibians, turtles, rats, small mammals, as well as young hunting birds. The meerkats fight against the cobra. The appearance of a cobra near the meerkat colony instantly triggers a reaction from the whole group. They're ready to defend their territory. Even though the cobra could easily grab one of these little mammals, meerkats show incredible courage. These tiny members of the mongoose family bravely stand up to cobra attacks and even counter its strikes. Meerkats have a resistance to certain types of venom. They regularly eat poisonous scorpions and centipedes. These miniature representatives of the mongoose family boldly resist attacks by the cobra and even respond to its attacks. Meerkats have a resistance to certain types of venom. They regularly eat poisonous scorpions and centipedes. However, a bite from a snake like the puff adder or the Cape cobra is often fatal. Sometimes the little animals team up to fend off an aggressor, using a tactic known as mobbing. As shown in the video, meerkats surround the snake, raising their tails and making loud noises to suppress and disorient the opponent. Lion versus cobra. The African cobra is an independent creature that prefers to live where it can find small prey. Rodents, frogs, small mammals. Sometimes this snake might accidentally wander into someone else's territory. Lions, that guard their territory, are extremely intolerant of boundary violators. After all, the main job of the male is to protect his territory and offspring from any threats. Both cobras and lions are skilled predators, well-versed in hunting, patiently waiting for their prey, and launching sudden attacks. If a lion doesn't exercise proper caution when encountering a snake, it risks getting killed. When faced with a tough situation, the cobra has to defend itself and show the opponent its ability to protect itself. It starts to spit venom, trying to make the lions back off. After all, a cobra can spit venom up to 10 feet away. One precise hit might be enough to take down a predator. However, it seems that the lion has more physical strength than common sense. Find out how this incredible showdown ended by watching the video. Nature is like a huge arena where endless battles unfold every day. All creatures are involved in this struggle, but sometimes couples. The fighters entering the battle are truly amazing. And now, friends, I want to make you a very interesting offer. You have a unique opportunity to become part of our team. If you have video editing skills, you can voice over videos in Russian, English, and other languages. Or write interesting scripts. We would be happy to work with you. Message our Telegram bot. The link is in the description. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.